Hello, my name is Steph. If you'd like to come on in and have a seat for some symbolic support for the all signs, timestamps are below in the description box, maybe in the comments, if I remember. If you're new, welcome. If you're returning, welcome home. I've got your scrolls here ready to scry for recording in late February into early March. I like to, do the wedgies of the month. So whenever you may receive this, though, timeless in nature. We'll draw your scroll, scrying for shapes and symbols that may speak to our psyche and psychic senses. We'll add on some tarot and oracle in the shaman's palm layout. And where Mr. Ghosty here is, we have Ghost Tube kicking for any audio additions from the afterlife that may further add to our abstract and ancient auric adventures. Delicious. I want to thank you for your time, attention, and awareness, as your presence and perspective is powerful.
Daft.
So, it's daft. When you're ready, let's dig in and see who's first up. All right. Cetus, hello, welcome. Stepping in with Cetus. I hope you're doing well. If you know the drill as well, if you see, sense, or feel anything, please feel well to comment below, as your expressions do expand the iScry experience beyond my perception and add a collective reading. It's like we're all readers. Okay, so Cetus, I feel like I'm seeing, it's a abominable snowman, kind of making a grand stance. I also feel like my eyes are getting washed. Yeah, I feel like I'm in an eye wash, not so much maybe an eye wash station, but my like cycloptic eye. I also feel like I'm making a presence. I'm really kind of planting myself somewhere.
It's unknown.
And from here, I'm going to expand out. So wherever that might be for you, corporate, creative, personal, platonic, romantic, the yada, yada, yadas. I'm also sweeping. Something about maybe a witch's broom or cleaning. And collecting metal shavings. Like one of those brooms that isn't a broom, but it collects the metals. And I think it's from whatever you've been wielding and forging in these sword spaces, is at least how I'm feeling right off the hop, Cetus. All right, I'm going to give this a flip. See what else comes through. Oh, happy, happy, joy, joy, happy, happy, joy, joy. Something about a feather in your cap, and it's an owl eye. An owl eye. In the cave of ice is the scribe. If any of the artistry is standing out to you, you know the drill. I'm getting a feeling the scribe is whatever you've been forging. Maybe these swords are writing, journaling, or you are a writer, whatever the case is. It doesn't have to be, it could be sigils, could be codes, whatever the case is. Something that you've been doing solo, self-study style.
Lady of the night.
Lady of the night. There's a wee crab in here. This crab is with on the back of a dragon, on the nape of the neck. Nape of the neck. It's also a person with a hat on. They kind of are giving me Zorro vibes. They might be in the afterlife realm or part of your spirit team. In the Cave of Winds is the Nine of Wands. Survival is a matter of perseverance and vice versa. Yeah, I'm closing the door on something.
Him.
And I kind of feel like I had to do it quickly. Because I know what's coming out here with the 12 in the Cave of Ice. I had to separate myself from something, from the herd, if I may. Could be like a herd mentality or a group of people. And they're still there too. I feel like I'm in school. Oh, somebody might be preparing to be the teacher. Might have been something, or stepping up to that leadership role, whatever that might mean for you. And I feel like I just kind of had to just do it. Just stop thinking about it. Stop worrying about it. Just do it. You've done the work. Yeah, closing the door on it. And this is in the Cave of Hearth Fires. And allowing this to close this door quickly, then I can calmly walk away. Knowing closure is the path. It actually opens the path.
Why am I here?
Okay. The stricken tower and the two of engines is coming through in the cave of rivers of feeling or water. You might still be feeling the effects of it. There was another party. So whether it's a person, place, or thing, a part of you, a this or a that, it's like this and a that, something along the lines. But now I feel like I'm plugged in. But my heart's still I feel like I'm like in this saunter. There's so much excitement through this. It's like calm, excitement, calm, excitement.
Kelly.
Feather in your cap is coming through again. I also feel like I'm a knight, like a knight in shining armor or a knight. I might be walking away from someone or something that I cared for very, very much, and I did my best to protect. Maybe it's of my own heart space, perhaps it's of something in my own, worry ward of the mind, or like a fear. But I feel like I just get through it, and I did it. And now I'm fully plugged in. In the cave of hearth fires is the Judas tree. Card number 27, if that means anything to you. Seduction. Your own passion may cause you suffering. Keep alert to what is not yet in sight. Danger can be avoided.
What do you want?
This serpent around the spine of the tree is like holding on and being seduced to hold on. I feel like you've done this, Cetus. I've done the work and I'll keep doing the work. Overall, I feel like I'm not going to be seduced to reestablish this up and down, up and down, up and down. Because if I'm being honest with you, it feels, what's the term? Peaks and valleys, but it feels so unpredictable that the blessings of spontaneity can't be seen or felt. But whatever you personally have done over the last year, calendar year, or this year in play, closes it out. Dream Warrior card for Cetus before we move on. Here's the artistry, if it stands out or you want to take a screenshot. 31, Elias, divine might foretold. Justice will always be done, whether outwardly obvious or not. Put your faith in the good and true, and your outgoing, expansive, accelerated evolution is assured. Others are relying on you to be true to yourself and your values, more so than you may realize. You are strong enough to live with honor and self-respect. You have divinity within you and a right to be in the world with dignity, grace, and integrity. Trust in the divine justice as you focus on your path. You will win a way that brings benefit to many. A cycle of positive increase has begun. Beautiful, Cetus. I hope this did serve, inspire, educate, or entertain. And I will see you again next month, and we will wander in. Until then, so much love. Bye. Ophiuchus, when you're ready, let's go. You know the drill. If you see, sense, or feel anything, please feel well to comment below as your insights do expand the overall experience. No one's gonna harm you, not while I'm around. I wear my sunglasses at night. Oh, the bridge of my nose is in pain right now. Woo. And it kind of like feels like a pinch right there at my nose. There's also something, I feel like I'm watching somebody in a contraption that's looks like a hula hoop, but it's larger than that. And they're just like circling. It's a wheel, but they can hold on to things and do all these fancy things. And it's just like, okay, all right. So I'm going to go with I'm in attire. Oh, something about attire with that cool guy or cool girl. Attire. Something about your attire, Opies. My goodness, you were saying some harsh words. Well, I do think that you move through. And when I was doing individual signs, And you can check out that playlist if you're looking for them. But Opies, you guys got your eyes on some things where there's help. You help in a lot of ways. I don't know if maybe you can always see it, or it's like, again, that stress right here of, it's like sometimes being aware isn't the most stress-free place. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just, like, oh, okay, here we are. Next mission. You are allowed to rest, and hopefully you are resting in all of this. I am seeing some Capricorn energy quite close to you, or at least goat energy, possibly ram, but it feels more Capricornian because there's also an alligator attached to it, a goat and an alligator, which in some methods of talk anyway, the Capricorn was also an alligator. And there's a crocodile. Okay, alligator and crocodile. Oh man, maybe you guys do. Like, you either stay out of harm's way or you help those in harm's way just by being you. I don't know if you're actively like part of a SEAL team or if you're part of something along that lines, but it definitely, you've got all the tools and the archetypes there to do that. You know what I mean? You got goats. There's even a manatee in here. Your kindness is like unmatched, maybe sometimes underappreciated. But I feel like there's a lot of things that you do, but you can't talk about or can't say. I am seeing a cheers here. So there is at least one other person I can like, cheers to that. Like, a good day's done, something along that lines. I'm hearing that song, celebrate good times, come on. Yeah, nice blessing. Feels like a blessing on this side. There's somebody in a cape. I feel like you guys are superheroes. I'm just saying. I feel like y'all are superheroes. Let's wander into the cave of ice while I'm sitting here scrying. It's like you're willing to go into a scary mountain. If there's like at a theme park, there's like mountain rides or something also about a volcano is here. So please do watch your stress and your steam, and maybe others as well. But like this mystery mountain, and you're like, we'll lead the way. You'll lead the way. 8 of Roses coming through with the Sangai community. Take a little time, have a little panache. This feels like that space of resting, the cheers, having someone you can talk to, maybe even therapy. And it might just be good for you because for one reason or another, I don't know what it is or what it's about. It's like you can't talk about it with everybody or just anybody. So I think that maybe you see a specific like Reiki healer, or maybe you see a certain kind of therapist or massage I don't know who or what they do. Maybe a certain mechanic because they understand what kind of car you have, and the way you like it done, or a computer fixer because they have been with you along the way as you've been upgrading or getting rid of viruses or whatever the case is. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, this is somebody tactical that you connect with. Maybe you just have a really good friend that lets you air it out without specific details, or they don't pry and they don't probe. I don't know.
Can you hear me?
Something along that lines. And also a reminder to stop and smell the roses. I also feel like, Opies, if I may, whatever this curve is, okay, so something about the ears, inside the ears, I'm just about over the curve, whatever that means to you. In the cave of winds of the mind is strength. A contest between the most powerful and the most terrifying creature alive and a lion. Maybe you've also just gone through something lately. I kind of feel like you might be the ground underneath. Like sometimes people don't even know that you're right there. And again, there's something about little ones, children.
Pisces.
Cave of Hearth Fires for Ophies. Blessings. And that came through in Ghost Tube and here, right in the Cave of Hearth Fires of your heart. Blessings.
Bless.
Yeah, blessings. Happiness is on the bottom there to support. I think you do count your blessings. And sometimes you've had to, possibly, if I may clear my throat, remind myself of those blessings, if I may plop myself into your aura for a moment. Be like, that's right, let me count my blessings, count my blessings. I also want to note that there's an energy here that counts you as one of their blessings. Cave of Rivers. Two of Engines.
Sharon.
Okay, so hi Sharon. Cooling off. I'm focused on the artistry of this card where he's got the hose. And it's like, again, like maybe it's something cars, computers, metal, mines, gears, work, clockwork, how everything's put together. And he's got the hose. It's like cooling off something.
You won't understand.
Keeping a computer room cooler for the heat that it generates. Maybe there's something about your temperature as well. Ophiuchus. And your Cave of Earth is duration with the Cedar Tree card 2. Tree of Life. Evergreen, durability, enduring, perseverance. Bring your wishes. Evergreen, durability, enduring perseverance, and limitless light bring your wishes to fulfillment. That duration, just almost at the curvature of something. Something had to cool off, repair, replenish. And that's fair. That's fair. Your gears, your mind gears, your heart gears. How long you're away when you're doing something or something. Something or something, I guess. I want to come back to the power of your community and to have a really solid company that you keep. Now, I know you got like your secret, whatever it is that you do, very, very intimate group. Maybe it's like meeting once a year or something like that. Like, I don't know. Hopefully it's more than that, but it just feels like you can really let off some steam. And maybe it is dead people. Your last card here of the Dream Warriors, if any of the artistry is standing out to you. So I'm just going to note before I read this, if this message is for one, Opie, thank you for holding space. Somebody's wife has passed away. My condolences. And you might be working through that grief. Maybe a little distraction of helping other people, places, or things. Could you even have a child, a son? Like you're working through it together, through like this volcano of sorts. But I just want to acknowledge the blessings that it feels like she's trying to bestow upon through the process from her energetic space, which is still with you, and still very much so like has meals with you. All right, 25. Aloha Kia Kua, blessings of the Supreme Being. Circumstances are converging, giving rise to all that is necessary for your sacred fruition. Every being has a life purpose, and every purpose comes with the divine gift of the power to accomplish it. Spiritual intimacy with the divine presence is in your heart, elicits the flow of instruction and reassurance needed to trust in your process and your vision. Acknowledge the divinity of the hand that works through yours. Revel in the feelings of strength, tenderness that fill your heart and motivate your action as you infuse your mind with the light of the divine dimension. Gorgeous, Opies. Gorgeous. I hope this did serve. It's what we want for Opies as well. We got to keep them strong, and give you guys outlets as well. Outlets, to cool off. Take some time to recharge. And know that you have a team as well. And if you feel like you can't talk, and hopefully you find, take some time to research and find a team that you can talk to, or someone specifically. Opies, I will see you next month. Until then, so much love. Pisces, when you're ready, let's go. So you know the drill. If you see, sense, or feel anything, please feel well to comment below. Little man. Little man. If you see, sense, or feel anything, please feel well to comment below as your expressions do expand the I Scry experience. Okay, so pies. There's a key. It looks like an old, kind of like skeleton key, literally made of bones and such. I feel like I am Godzilla or Hong Kong, something along that lines. What's the gorilla one? Godzilla? Not in like rawr. Just on top of things. I feel very, very on top of things, pies. There's also these vines down here.
What is happening?
It's reminding me of something that grows along the ground, like pumpkins or watermelons. And those things remind me of, like, they're big presences on the ground as they're growing. The leaves are large, the way they spread out. And maybe it's like taking up space and being able to just like maneuver through a highly respected and regarded. I also feel like I have antennae, and on the end of these antennae are eyes. Like there's eyeballs on the end here. Yeah, that's exactly how I feel about that. So you got sight that can like go beyond. Oh, little man, you're being a cheeky monkey. All right, let's keep going. I have flipped it. There are oars, like if you're kayaking or in a boat or a canoe, there's oars. Oh, little man. Come on. Yes, you are a beautiful, sexy beast. And you know that I love you. Thank you. I will get you some dinner shortly, I promise. All right. Sorry, oars. Also, something about flying. So if it's not oars in water, it's about wings and air. Oh, I think it's a woman. She's reminding me of somebody. Enya. In the cave of... the Cave of Ice is Uriel and the Sphinx. Kind of looks like that woman. Kind of looks like... Seriously. Dude. If any of that artistry is standing out, access to something. Wherever pies you've made it from, walking towards, going towards, whatever the Sphinx means to you, I feel like has significance. Stop.
Pathetic.
Stop. This even goes to just your pathetic attempts to take over the reading. But it's so cute. It's so cute. Yeah, see, I'm even hearing Enya in my mind, which I'm not a whole Enya fan, aside from the fact that she lives in a castle with cats. Like, that's amazing. But I mean, music-wise, like, I think that's what I'm hearing and I'm seeing is like this Enya character. I don't know. Okay, I'm just going to let it be there, Pisces. Hopefully it means something to you. In the Cave of Winds is the Seven of Swords. Oh, yeah. I feel like you've put up with something enough. Enough is enough. It's kind of like Okay, so the way it's coming through, and maybe it has meaning to somebody, so I'm not going to try and constipate it. This feels like inner knowledge or inner knowing of something, and I've had enough of enough. Maybe it's enough of my own bull or enough of excuses from someone, blah, I don't know what it is. So it's kind of like enough is enough, and without knowing everything or anything possibly about this, but the two that are coming through is Enya and the woman who sang for the Cranberries. I believe she's no longer with us. Yeah. And her music, are they both Irish perhaps as well? Oh, so maybe, I don't know, maybe. Both musicians as well. When I wander into Cranberries, what's in your head? In your head. It's more of a grr, maybe a frustration that's being transmuted. It's a different kind of emotion, right? Where Enya's like ethereal water, and I want to put them together like an ultimate mashup. All right, Pies. Cave of Hearth Fires. Yeah, see, because there's even like all these big-headed people. I don't know if it's egos or just really smart people, very talented people, Pies, that are around you, and you are one of them. Also, for someone specifically, there's something about your family. Like just maybe your family, your children, whoever you reside with, like day for day, your roommates, whatever the case is. Big personalities. And some, yeah, maybe you just gotta every so often. If you've been moving through any sort of deceptions or betrayals or pretenses of these personalities, is it's kind of like going into that inner cave and being like, what can I do that's best for me? How do I want to proceed and move forward? And the Cave of Hearth Fires is good luck. And I feel like you have luck on your side. It's a matter of what side, What side are you choosing to move from in this heart space? If there is something about a relationship here, romantically or platonically, if it's in regards to friendships, yeah, I've got the 2 of submersibles and the 6 of submersibles here. There's even like lovers in there. I feel like I'm debating my next path coordinates. Maybe you've had to move through something very just disappointing. It all stems from this very healthy space, I gotta add. I feel very calm, Enya style, but with this undercurrent of the Cranberries. And, they kind of move over and under each other. And I feel like I'm making a plan. What good luck. I know luck is on my side. What's my side? What's my stance? And I want to clarify that really deep within myself. Romantic love. Maybe this is in the Cave of Earth. 11, the apple tree. By giving love, you will be showered by love in return. Love is to see good in all things. This reminds me of that saying. It came up in the Anthony Scry recently. Nice people aren't always good, and good people aren't always nice. Anything else, Pies? There's a cloaked being here. It's bringing me into Star Wars. It possibly is Obi-Wan Kenobi. Possibly. I think it's the Jedi side. It's he's an older man. Oh, why am I so my nose is so itchy as soon as I stepped into him. I feel like he speaks wisdoms. And then like in the Big Bang Theory, at some point in time, Sheldon, like I know I can't remember his name. He was a famous actor, but it's not him, but he comes in that same form of like that Obi-Wan Kenobi character. All right, Pies, let's get you a dream card. Okay, dream card, and then we will carry on. 14, Clan of the Wolf Heart. Here's the artistry if it means anything to you. So you've got feline and canine. We are the ones we've been waiting for. From protection against maleficent magic to regenerative nutrients that stimulates the birthing of a new reality destined to evolve into an enduring sacred legacy. Wolf medicine enters your heart to affirm direction and amplify your courage to continue. Maintain your boundaries in physically devouring situations. Do not silence yourself. Protect your energy with your whole heart, yet imbue your assertiveness with merciful wisdom. Stabilize your mind. Set your intention. Divine Pathfinder is with you, and you shall shift from merely salvaging what you can to manifesting a complete and sacred alchemy of unfettered individuality expressed as a living offering that nourishes our world. And that is love. Also, I just, pies, oops, I put the wrong one down. When I was talking about children, was it this one or was it the last one? I can't remember now. The apple doesn't fall far from the tree. Anyway, that's coming up. My nose is so itchy and you're reading, so spirit is close by. Pisces, thank you so much. I will see you next month for our all signs. Hopefully you enjoy any of the scries in between if you want to be an influencer, all that kind of good stuff. And I'll see you soon. So much love. Bye. Hello, Aquarius. Let's dive in when you're ready. Close the eyes, cleanse the palate, and go. You know the drill. If you see, sense, or feel anything, please feel well to comment below, as your expressions do expand the whole eye scry experience. Chestnuts roasting on an open fire. There's some praying mantis kind of energies in here as well. Also, I don't know if it's like, imagine Wolverine if you watch Wolverine, but like a girl Wolverine. This chestnut, something's growing. It's growing. I also feel like I'm showing something, like, look what I've done, look what I've made. It doesn't need to be something tangible, but maybe some do work in art forms that way. This could just be energetically. I'm also seeing it as, if I was to, it's like the fur of an animal or a fur of something. So, and I'm not meaning to trigger anybody, but it feels symbolic of something maybe you've conquered within yourself, or like a new skin or something along that lines, putting on a new skin. There's also a big old bat in here and mosquitoes. Interesting. And mosquitoes. So the bat is behind, the mosquitoes are in front. I feel like there's something in that. So I'm going to say pest control. And I want to say this as well. You are infectious, like in a good way. But I feel like either you're very mindful or aware, or are raising the bar, which is awesome, of what you tap into, because others could be infectious to you, but not in a good way. You know what I mean? And I'm not trying to insult anybody. I feel like you get this very large presence.
Cheating.
It's very sacred. So it's like being mindful what lands on you. And what you feed and feast upon, I feel like just the bar is being raised. It's like ensuring, like, whatever you've been doing is like the most amount of karma clearing for your bloodline. Really, that's the way I'm going to say it. Because I can see it in here as well. There's like a man, and he's like classic vampire. There's also a book, like if this was the book spine, a hardcover book. It's like I've laid it down to go take care of something. Taking care of business. Somebody might be writing a book as well, because you've got this wisdom kicking around you. Oh my goodness, that's great. Wisdom kicking around you. Will, wisdom, and mind. That's in your Cave of Ice. Card 20 if it means anything to you. And Hilarion is on the bottom. Yeah, you've got this wisdom worker with you. Maybe you're working with the Akashic and or your shadow scrolls, seeing how they're intertwined. I'm also seeing, yeah, there is this imbecilic energy here, and I'm not trying to say that in any way, shape, or form that's necessarily a bad thing. It's nice to kind of let loose and be silly every so often, or but I feel like if there's an air of study or a new wisdom that you're working on, you might feel kind of like a little bit of an imbecile compared to where you're really comfortable and already evolved, accelerated in, or advanced in. And sometimes being advanced in one area can make it sometimes a little tougher to start something new because you feel new, and that's awkward when you're already advanced or very, set and have tenure somewhere. Don't worry, the wisdom worker guides the mind to receive more. I'm also seeing a fly eating like little bits of something or other.
Trap.
That's too many. Don't be ridiculous. Aquarius, Cave of Winds. Oh, his deck just does not want to. I'll try one more time. And then we'll see. Nope. Okay, so give me one momento. Aquarius, raising the bar. I love it.
Wine.
Yeah, there's somebody looking at something like Aquas, Cave of Winds, the Page of Wands. Okay, so it's back in like that wisdom land. The Chariot. Yeah, you're moving towards a new area of expertise. It kind of reminds me of that show. I don't think I've actually ever seen it, but it's coming to mind. When the boss goes in as like a regular new employee and nobody knows it's him, it's like, surprise, it's been me the whole time. Or you find something out by going, not so much undercover. Yeah, it is. It's undercover boss. I want to come back to the wisdom space of the mind, though. There's another area being advanced. So whatever novice or area that you might feel a little wonky, it is coming into its wisdom. And then it'll be like, and here I am. Yeah. Be like, somebody saying like, oh, so sorry, boss. I didn't know it was you. Maybe this is the boss of your mind or your brain. Whatever the case is, it could be external, internal. But it's like, I'm so sorry we didn't do it the right way, or we didn't do it the way you wanted, or, and there's all these apologies. And it's like, I've been here the whole time. I saw how it happened and unfolded. I've seen the truth. And it's an opportunity for me to, I don't know, make changes or, oh my goodness, truth in the Cave of Hearth Fires. It's been illuminated. And maybe just coming to your own truth.
Sure how.
Prosperity. Because that is the whole reason why, maybe even in some way, shape, or another, if you're already advanced in one, say, academia or one area, industry, blah, 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 and you step into another to be a novice, is because inevitably, by adding to that advanced mind, will, awareness is prosperous for you overall, and that's your truth. And also finding out if there's been people around you, people, places, or things, or even your own perspectives that have been, a little bit insulting. It doesn't actually bother you. I don't think so anyway. It might be annoying, like a fly, but it doesn't actually bother you. This Two of Engines, I think, has come up in almost every card. And I've shuffled this deck so many times. And the Cave of Rivers is Messenger of Engines, supported by the Two of Engines. So very earthly in this area. See, like, you don't look back. The truth has been exposed. You can hear what you need to hear. Your wisdom is at work. But you keep moving. You keep moving. There is a pause because it's like you got to check. This is how I'm going to say it. Check in with how far you've come. Check in with how far you've come. You know?
Nobody knows.
Even if nobody knows how far you've come, it's not about anybody else. It's about you. It's about you. And allow that to be about you. Oh, I see you there again. Okay, so remember I was talking about, like, there's that wisdom face there, and then the wisdom card came out. So whatever you're starting to tap into, right there, you got some, you got a presence with you. I think that you might feel them, but you don't see them. So there is a contraption. You might hear them on the radio, or songs might inspire something. You might hear noises in your hallway. Just something with sound, whether it triggers a memory, something along that lines. Also, I got a note, especially in the Cave of Rivers, a feeling following your intuition is part of your wisdom. I think that's why sometimes, is it your uncle over there? I think sometimes that's what might, like, astound people, is because you follow your instinct and your intuition. Aquarius, Cave of Earth. Woo, you get two. You get two. So we have the quince tree, fruitfulness, seeds that hold their ground today. Excuse me. Seeds that hold their ground today bear the fruits of present and future happinesses. Card 20, 20 days, 20 weeks, 21, 20 hours. 20 hours. You might have even done like a social experiment, if I may. And this is supported by the sweet chestnut tree. Stop it. Did we not start with chestnuts? Card 39. Sorry. Aquas. With maternal nurturing, plans and wishes meet with fruition that is as sweet as a nut. Some people might say you're a tough nut to crack, but you're also a very special seed. The quince, if I recall, is like a mashup of the apple and the pear. And you're very, very adept at whatever it is, even in how your novice of sorts fills and fulfills your wisdom, or your whatever you're adept in already, right? Your advanced awareness, and that fills a place for that kind of old feel, because it gets to be young again, and has the growth and the to do that, to go through that. It's very fulfilling to this older part, or more established part anyway. Also, some of you might be adrenaline junkies. Just saying. Adrenaline junkies. All right. Final card for Aquas. And then we will carry on. The White Buffalo Woman. I'll bring you down so you can see it. Card 44. Hopeful heart, see her signs. Aquas. Putting the past behind you. Philosophically and gracefully, you surrender to her divine care and promise of blessed rebirth. She is an unlimited being, a sacred savior, powerful in ways beyond human comprehension. She enacts divine law and elicits restoration, even if all may seem lost. Choosing to trust in her wisdom brings you into her heart, where you will recognize her radiant grace in your own. Let her peaceful power infuse and uplift your mind. The good and true shall triumph in the end. Her blessings shall shine as a happiness and fulfillment. This is your oracle of righteous hope and sweet, merciful redemption.
Let me show you.
Aquas will show us how it's done. Show us how it's done. Thank you for joining me. I hope this did serve, inspire, educate, or entertain. I will see you next month, Aquas. And until then, I hope you get to check out any of the other playlists, or if you want to become an influencer and help inspire the channel and steer the channel, love to have you. And until next time, so much love. Bye. Capricorn, my loves, if you'd like to come on in, my Capricorn siblings, let's dig in. Here's your scroll. You know the drill. If you see, sense, or feel anything, feel well to comment below as your expressions, or drop emojis, give a girl a like, all that kind of good stuff. A subconscious road. There's, it might not be peacocks, or if it's peacocks, the feather, the peacockery is like the tail's closed. A subconscious road. I'm also open and I'm reading a book. And my ears are kind of like slightly floppy dog ears. So I'm listening with loyalty. Somebody might have something to do with a pipe, smoking a pipe. Put it in your pipe and smoke it. Or somebody in spirit that smokes a pipe. And every so often you might be like raised eyebrows, like, oh, just got a whiff of something. But it smells like either pipe or some sort of smoke. Who are you guys? There's horses in here and big old whales. The big killer whales, like Free Willy whales. Free Willy whales. Something about race horses. High fives. There's two things coming around the bend, like whew, and high five, like teammates, team left brain, right brain, team forward thinking, learning from the past, team left, right. I don't know how else to say it. I'm also seeing hungry hippos. So like these hippos and the whales seem to work in tandem with each other. Like a worm is like a head on both ends, I think, or yeah, that's why I'm going to say it. Put a whale at the end of one and a hippo at the end of another. Capricorn. On track. Cave of Ice. You are on track. The One of Scrolls. You had a lot of choices, or you have a lot of choices of where you would decide to go, slowly but surely. There's something about a luxury versus speed. Not saying that luxury and speed can't go together, but the experience of speed luxuriously, which makes it appear slow, it feels like the Capricorn way. I don't know, does that make sense? It just feels like the Capricorn way. Lips. I don't know if something about the lips. And I'm also seeing Huey, Dewey, and Louie. Is it Huey, Dewey, and Louie? The three little ducks from DuckTales. Ooh. Oh, there's a woman stepping forward.
It's bright.
10 of Wands in the Cave of Winds. Okay, so this woman stepping forward, she's frying up heads. She's frying up heads. Yeah. This might be the different heads of whatever your 10 of Wands might be. She is a sacred cow, if a sacred cow means anything to you. She watches over, but it's like being a parent or a guardian in the kitchen, watching like somebody in the family room watch TV or play or something, or do something else. So it's kind of like you're in one room and they're in another. That maybe they're in the afterlife. Maybe it's a friend or a family member that's somewhere else. But I feel
You're
like
welcome.
whatever the interaction is, you're in different rooms, but you can observe each other. Like one can look over and be like, "Oh, how you doing? Do you need any help in the kitchen?" "No, I'm good." Or, "Are you in the bedroom?" "I'm in the bedroom." I feel like you can do a check-in. It's something about whatever the 10 of Wands is. So here's the thing. I feel like I'm actually taking Oh, no, no, no. Um Sorry, little man got me in the middle of the night. Or Tom Tom, sorry. I feel like I'm taking seats away from something. And this is on purpose. I'm cleaning up certain conversations. It's like putting the chairs away after a meeting or a gathering, and whatever the energetic to earthly or opinionated burdens are from that, because it does feel burdensome for some reason or another. Capricorn, Cave of Hearth Fires. Okay, and then it's okay. I go and wash my face. I clean up. I remove the seats, indicating like I'm closed or quiet time. Closed and quiet time. And something about washing my face, very, very specifically. This could be that woman too, empowerment. It's definitely a feminine energy. I feel it's female expressed, but it could be somebody that has transitioned into the afterlife, or it is blended two spirits, whatever the case is. But I'm seeing it stepping forward as a woman. That's completely fine. Clarity is coming through. Okay, Capricorns, there's an energy here. I'm looking at something with a magnifying glass, like my Scrying here. I'm looking at it closely.
Shine.
And I'm trying to observe something about it. Because it's like doing an where maybe it's like inch by inch, step by step, something that you've been working on. Or how I want to say that is how I want to feel. How I want to feel. What I do to work on it, what actions or inactions I do are almost indifferent. It's something about how I'm feeling. Inch by inch, inch by inch. And I'm looking at this. I also feel like I got this really long elephant trunk, and at the end of the elephant trunk is a carrot. And I don't know if a carrot's dangling in front of me or I'm doing it to empower myself, like giving myself my own carrot that I know I will work towards because I want that. Cave of Rivers. Ace of Airships. I love this card, one, because it's a blimpy. And we talked about luxury. Like, you could be speeding through the air. Like, a blimp comparison to a jet might be very, very slow. But it's like being on a yacht on the sea versus a speedboat. But you're going however many knots they might go. It might actually be very, very fast. It's like seeing a train and thinking this train's moving slow, especially if you're, sitting in your car waiting. But overall, the train's moving very, very quickly. But there's something about this luxury that you got going on. And it might feel like inch by inch, but you're traveling by train and blimp. Now, these might not be, maybe right now what's popular is speed cars, muscle car, I don't know, whatever. Pick things and jets and this, that, or the other. You're just taking or have a different mode of transportation and transparency, cleaning up seats that really I think that, there's something about reservations, and I mean that in this
Grandson.
10 of Wands, maybe you have reservations. You got to work through that. Whatever that is for you. And then it's reservations, like RSVP only. And if anyone's going to get a bee in their bonnet about RSVP only, maybe their ego's been butt hurt. I don't know. It's how one approaches and explains being butt hurt is what makes all the difference. Because to assume this Capricorn knows
Leave.
that, I just don't feel like that's real. You know what I mean? To be like, well, you should have known because da 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 da. It's like confusing entitlement and empowerment from some external perspective. Does that make sense? Did I say that a little bit better anyway? Oh, okay. So I've added on another card. Messenger of airships in the Cave of Rivers. I meant to do a Cave of Earth. Well, there you go. See? It's slow, blimpy style, but speedy. And depending on where you are in this blimp in the area, it might be like, hold on. There's something about writing. She's holding a pen in her mouth. And I also want to note in the Ace of Airships, so this is in the rivers, but still, just in your emotional body or your emotional aura, all those chakras are lit up. Even your shadow smoke exhaust has benefits. And while a blimp might not appear to be on a physical, tangible track like a train, make no mistake, there's a plan here, and it is on track. The baobab tree coming into your Cave of Earth, resourcefulness, card 3. Your thirst for knowledge will be answered by mystic thoughts in your subconscious. Well, there you go. Consciousness, subconsciousness. All very light as a feather, stiff as a board. Wealth is on the bottom with the pomegranate tree. Capricorns, I'm just going to take a quick look. And I'm going to add on a Dream Warrior card. Thank you for being here. I hope you do like, share, and subscribe. Become part of the Secret Society. All the links are below to help a gal grow. I love you. All right. Final message for Capricorn. Well, that's just the artist. Oh, look at there's a nice horse. There's also something about communications. Don't have to be touching. Don't need to be in the same room. It's kind of like telepathy, transference. 41, medicine horse, progress on the path. Horse. I swear my getting more mucked up. Okay. Horse medicine liberates the soul from stagnancy, inspiring inner and outer progress. Affirm the precious value of your trust and invest it in worthy recipients. So I've been having this thing lately where I say words too much and now I can't say. Anyway. Worthy guests, such as the universe, your heart, and your purpose. It's like that whole time, like, we don't need all these chairs. They're not, we're not open to whatever, you know what I mean? Or cleaning up chairs. Anyway, the just in cases, A trust is strengthened, your progress quickens, even as you relax in the certainty that your intuition, instinct, and life itself guide and provide you with all that you need. You may sense the inner urge to embrace new opportunities and expand your horizons. Don't hold yourself back. The universe actively supports your desire for positive change. You are destined to go far. Long travels of transparency. I don't know how it works. That's not my land. My land is to explore. My land is to be here and share. All right. Capricorns, I hope this did serve, inspire, educate, or entertain. I will see you next month as we get closer to the thresholds of the month changes. We like to work in the wedgies. All right. I'll see you soon. So much love. Bye. Sages, are you ready? Let's go. All right. Here's your scroll. If you see, sense, or feel anything, please feel well to comment below. Drop an emoji. Give it a heart. Any interactions are appreciated. Oh, I kind of feel like I'm being pulled. If I'm right here, this is a good pull. This is a good pull. Oh, much. You might be working with Taurian energy. I also feel like I'm being enveloped. Like I'm being not eaten in a scary way, but enveloped. I'm opening up to something. I'm good, thanks. How are you? I'm also got my head between two bars here, but I'm talking to another creature here. It's like a donkey without a tail. A donkey without a tail. Pin the tail on the donkey. Maybe putting that tail somewhere. I'm not in a cage or anything like that. It's like I'm in a stall, like a horse stall or something along that lines. And I'm coming out to talk to this. I feel like I'm the energy that comes to talk to this. I'm going to call it like a spirit animal or a spirit guide. Or they come in an animal form. And there's cobras here. There's lots of animals for sure. What is this? Looks like a wolf. A little bit of a wolf. And 3 wise men. 3 wise men or women, whatever feels good to you. 3 wise energies. 3 gifts. Bringing you 3 sacred gifts, sages. We 3 kings of Orient are bearing gifts sweet. They might be in the ethereal realm right now. Oh, I'm standing in the center there. See, this is you. This is you, sages. I'm a cusper.
I am in pain.
Oh no. Sorry, love. If you're in pain, you can just be here and breathe. Or whatever it is that you do in the afterlife. Let the pain move through. Because I do want to know, I am opening up a bear trap, like one of those teethy things, and I am opening it up. Maybe you were caught, maybe you as well, sages. Some part of you is in pain. And you're opening this up. It's kind of bringing me into Stranger Things feel. Yeah, a little bit of a Stranger Things. But I am, like, nothing can touch me here. I'm hearing, can touch this. No. In the cave of ice, you have reflection. You know what's funny? When I saw it fall, I saw perfection. But reflection. It's like I'm looking at all of these things reflectively. If this is me just standing there, I'm going to plop myself right in there. And this is my sunlight or my sunshine. And these are my shadows. If I'm going to shine, I'm going to create shadows. And I can see them all. They're dancing around me like in a ritual of something. It's a very curious sensation. It's almost like they're happy to be seen. Be seen. What's with the Essenes? Too. I feel like that has something to do with the 3 wise men, 3 wise women. Woody Woodpecker is coming through. Sages. Cave of Winds. 7 of Coins.
Worship.
If any of the artistry stands out to you, you know the drill as I read art first. Yeah, growing. Sages, there's a little bit of a tiredness. It reminds me of like
What date is it?
my mom or dad when you're young and you can't go to the bathroom by yourself. You know what I mean? Or if you have pets, like maybe you have 2 pets and every time like you go to the bathroom or you're going to go over here, like everyone picks up and like follows you. because you do gravitate. There's like this magnetism here. But that also means you have to have very significant security and structures in place for your boundaries, like bear traps. I feel like I'm getting this sensation that how do I say this? I don't know if it's you or externally towards you. It's for you, if you're resonating. I feel like people are projecting.
Idiot.
Rude. Projecting their reflections on me and then saying, like, somehow it's me, but really it's their reflection of them back. And they're trying to pin it on me, like pin the tail on the donkey. And it's like, but it's not me. Nice try. Nice try. Something along that lines. I'm also seeing one of those charm bracelets. I don't know if they're still very popular, but it would have like, I don't know, I feel like it was a fad at some point in time, collecting all these charms on a charm bracelet. And also something about breaking up your energy. It doesn't have to be a charm bracelet. Maybe you have bracelets of some sort. And I don't know, I just feel like rattling, kind of like that cobra rattlesnake, and I'm just like rattling around me again, ritual, like, I don't know, maybe there was something from that you recognize and know. I'm back to the wise men. I'm seeing the Loch Ness monster, Nessie, maybe something about Scotland or some sort of mythological creature. I kind of feel like you are the myth, the legend. Like you are a legend, legendary. In the Cave of Hearthfires is travel and financial health. Yeah, you got something going on growing there in your belly, your solar plexus. And if I may, it's kind of like this tree trunk. Maybe it's like Kundalini coiled energy of currency, your currency. And I feel like I've been very reflective. Very reflective. And also reflective of what's being reflected at me. How do I say? Okay, so I'm in here. There's like an umbrella with lots of people under it. There's also a seal in here, if that symbol means anything. In your Cave of Rivers is a Lady of Engines. You've got ideas. And you can see she's got, I think it's like a magnifier. Did we talk about your magnetism, your magnifier? I think, see, I don't like going here necessarily, but I'm going to say the way I see it. Somebody might be looking into your Akashic for one reason or another, and whatever that might mean to you. Even when I say Akashic, it doesn't sit right, because I don't actually think that's permitted. I could be wrong. I'm not looking to be right. In your aura, you know, because you're so mythological and you're so legendary that even when you're not around, like the Loch Ness monster, and haven't been seen maybe for days, weeks, months, years, when there's a hint of you somewhere, or just the story of Sagittarius, your story, it piques curiosity. People want to poke around. I'm not saying it needs to be malicious, nonetheless, but it just
Are you from here?
you're aware. It's like they will leave fingerprints, and you're aware of the fingerprints. And whether you decide to, like, what is that when they do on like maps or whatever, like smudge certain areas, even if someone's tried to like remove their steps, or what is that called? Anywho, like smudge away or clean up their footprints or their fingerprints, like on like a map, you can tell when something's been smudged out, and you're like, well, that it's been tampered with. Anyway, that's just how I feel. Your feminine energy is definitely in one kind of vibe. I also want to note you have here with the travel with the boat and reflections with the boat. I feel like she's on a boat. and your masculine energy
How
is
does it
is
work?
tending to, I'm going to say this, the masculine manual labor, because your feminine energy is nurturing something within the belly space right now and preparing for when this tree, thank you, in your cave of winds of your
I'm right
mind,
here.
this masculine energy, it's awesome that you're right here with us, the stages, it's going to turn into this. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And you're like a money magnet. That's how it feels. Cave of Earth. Yep, money magnet, attraction. The Rowan tree, card 15. Transformation and regeneration, encouragement and protection, quicken new things to be born. Sages. Incredible. Incredible. I'm going to take one last boo while I get you a Dream Warrior card, and I will let you go, and I will see you next month at some point in time, anywho. And please be sure to check out the other playlists for our Monday messages that are influencers that are chosen by you or submitted by you. So thank you. I love that. Wednesdays is Old Souls and Fridays are open, whatever it feels like. And then if you're part of the Secret and Secretaire Society, you get all the extendeds and
I can hear you.
all that kind of. Okay. Okay, Sages. There's your card. If any of the artistry is standing out, I know this is a hummingbird, but I actually saw it like a donkey ear. So it's cute. There's that tree again. You're gonna be, whatever this financial health is in your heart of hearts. Card 28, Quente. Sweet paradox of empowering grace. The sweet paradox of grace is that the more elusive your fulfillment seems, the more you are spiritually supported to accomplish it. Hummingbird soul medicine activates spiritual intelligence for astonishing evolution. Okay. Love it. Sorry, I'm just like having a moment here in your reading. Hummingbird soul medicine activates spiritual intelligence for an astonishing evolution. Such growth empowers you to ascend and thrive, experiencing enrichment even in otherwise apparently limiting circumstances. Wishing for an easier way is not enough. You must summon the belief that you deserve it and it is possible, and then become willing to evolve into the capacity to live it. The evolution of this, seemingly a stick, and it's going to be a tree.
Tell me about it.
Tell me about it. You will triumph in situations where you have previously struggled to assert yourself and your path. Higher consciousness is your destined abode. Sages, my siblings, as my sun is on a cusp, Capricorn, Sag cusp. I adore you. I hope that did serve, inspire, educate, or entertain. And until next time, so much love. Scorpio, my loves, let's go. Here is your scroll. If you see, sense, or feel anything, feel well to comment below or drop an emoji or a heart. You know, I appreciate any interactions with the channel.
Thirst.
Yeah, I am a little thirsty up here. I feel like I'm a little bit of a squawky bird, baby bird, baby bird. I feel like I'm also jumping out of a shark tail, being squished. It's reminding me of a very specific card, actually, if I may, without it being too much of a pain in the arse. See if I can find it. I want to say it's like Revolution or something like that. Oh, there it is right there. Unmarked trail. That squishy feeling. Right in here. Just leave that there for you in case that also stands out. I also feel very protected. There's butterflies in here
Virgo.
from the sharks. Maybe you're working with Virgo energy as well, or maybe it's your moon sign or your ascendant, your rising, looking at other placements in your chart for support for completing something. It's like, for some reason, Scorpios, I'm seeing that Scorpio's my moon, so how you doing? Like, it's almost like that's a very sharky feel for me, being a Scorpio moon. And yet, like, you can just navigate differently. But maybe if it's your sun, it feels more gothic butterfly. If it's your rising, it feels more like a revelation where not a lot of people have that, or it's not common. I don't know. I'm just simply saying, but I feel this is all coming up in your scroll here. So yeah. There's also something about wanting to be fed. And because you're on somewhat of this unmarked trail, like there's no footprints really to follow. And maybe in other areas of your life, there are footprints, but maybe if you can pick one out specifically where you kind of know you're maybe like trailblazer feel, but you got to be the butterfly and the shark all at the same time. You know, they're working together, maybe in different elements, but towards the same thing. Like the shark and the butterfly are going to meet up. Yeah, this gothic butterfly thing is like really beautiful coming through. In your cave of ice is will, wisdom, and mind. I can't remember who else had this. Maybe pies or aquas. It's a trifecta, so there's something else coming in. What is that I'm seeing? I want to call it a pelican. There's also like a lizard in here. Oh, this lizard is a gargoyle. It looks like a lizard, but it's a gargoyle. And something about an amphid. Mighty Mouse is in there. I love that. Mighty Mouse. Scorps, you're all so mighty. I love it. Cave of Winds. In the mind space in the air is the High Priestess. Look at all that. Pages and pages and pages. Wherever you are going, whatever you are doing in your transformation, shape-shifting. Shape-shifting. It reminds me of that song from like, is it David Bowie in Queen? Or is it just David Bowie? Under Pressure. What are you doing with that pressure? You're doing great things with that pressure. Some people crack under the pressure. This is not in some weird way to be like, I can handle more suffering. So I know. This is, what does one actually do with the pressure? You are like a pressure cooker. You cook things.
Related.
I mean, you create a feast with the pressure you might be feeling. And once the pressure is released, you can let this steam out.
Guide.
Does that make sense? Because it's very like right here, like I'm seeing this path, like it's just like almost like a watery feel, right? It's like you can see in like a painting the path and also a river or a creek or a creek. And it leads to you. You are being tended on it. There's ninjas down here. You are being tended differently. You have a lot of knowledge about things that maybe you can never speak of, don't speak of. I'm not really sure. I kind of feel like typically in the High Priestess card, she would have the pillars beside her. Again, it's a different kind of pressure when I sit between those two pillars. It's almost like I can hear a hum or a buzz, like, and I swear to God, I don't know, maybe you're cooking something, but you're doing it like a pressure cooker. Like it has purpose. It's not just being under pressure for some nonsensical reason or because you're so used to being under pressure or in the subconscious. It's thirst, getting the juices. What is that saying? The juice is worth the squeeze? The squeeze of pressure so you can get the juice. Cave of Hearth Fires is your well-being. Oh yeah, that's got all the right feels. This is the spot where the high priest or priestess can relax, where the butterfly and the shark meet within. Might have something to do with your career. Bask in it, I'm hearing. Bask in it. I'm hearing that thing from Chester Cheeto. It's not easy being cheesy. In the cave of rivers, of water and emotions, is regeneration machine of healing. Masculine and feminine. Past and present. Transformation of emotional well-being. Intellectual well-being. Intuitive well-being. Your well of well-being. Your well of will, wisdom, and mind. Your well-being is priority. That's why the juice is worth the squeeze.
It's outside.
Cave of Earth. The baobab tree, resourcefulness. Your thirst, oh my gosh, thirst. Your thirst for knowledge will be answered by mystic thoughts in your subconscious. Dude, you are the subconscious. Let's just say. Scorpios, this is your realm. And this river, like, adds things into, like, a diffuser into the air element. That path that you would see in a painting, or the river, the creek, slowly adds like a drip of IV to the ocean of oneness, that is operating. But you add something, you add vitamins, you add medicine. You. All right. Scorps, let's add on I think they're called Dream Warrior cards. And then I will let you go, and I will see you next month. And if so, you'd like to join the membership, or I forgot what I was going to say. Scorpio's got me swimming in the subcon. It's kind of like is it Lake Fear? No. Cape Fear. It's very relaxing, though. Very relaxing. Okay. Okay. Here's a dove. When doves cry. Card 21. Hearing truth. Realizing a deeper truth will bring you peace. Listen with your heart and trust that you can and will sense such truth at the perfect moment. Perfect moment. With gentle discipline, ground yourself to pay attention. You will access clarity and source compelling inner assurance. Your introspection has already evoked a beneficial response from the universe. Engage your intention constructively, utilizing your imagination to subtly infuse your mind with openness and resilience. You are capable of intuitively recognizing what is true and what, if anything, you need to do. You are discovering new understandings that are for your benefit, so rest and receive to perceive. Rest. Interesting, because we here at I Scribe with Steph, as we say many times, we perceive to receive. So Scorpio, so beautiful, adding that in. And yes, that has a place. And then there's also a place to receive. To perceive. See, like you take it, it's like you turn the wheel again. We perceive to receive, and then rest, receive to perceive even more. Oh, Scorpio, you are an unmarked trail, and I'm glad that you're my moon sign siblings. All right, until next time, I'll see you then. So much love. Bye. Libra, my loves, when you're ready, let's go. Let's go. Let's dig in. Here's your scroll. If you see, sense, or feel anything, if you will to comment, drop an emoji or a heart. Any interactions is appreciated. for a monthly holographic horoscope of sorts. All right. Seeing Oscar the Grouch, Sesame Street, depending on how old you are.
I come and go.
Ballerina slippers, or like they're a type of shoe, like with a buckle, like a slip-on or a slipper. Yeah, something along that lines. Like a pointed toe. You know when sometimes if you're just like sitting there and somebody's like, oh, do you know where this is? And I don't know. And you just like point your toe. You're like, are you trying to get someone's attention like on the sly? That's what it makes me feel like, on the sly. There's a rock formation that means something. I feel like it might be also a gravestone for some, if that message is for one that you visit. And when you visit, they see you. They come with you. They don't reside there. They come with you when you go to the gravestone or to the graveyard. As well, I'm just going to throw this out, Libra. Do you feel watched when you're being sleeped? Like when you're being sleeped, when you're sleeping. There is a guide or a guardian that is standing over watching you sleep. I don't know if your dreams have been inspired or there's certain symbols in there right now, but it's like your subconscious is seeping over into the waking, so those messages are making it through. I also just came from Scorpio's reading, and they were very much about, had like that kind of like seeping river thing, so, and that could be very indicative of your subconscious space. I also feel like, take me to church. Am I in like, okay, I'm in a package, and it's like one side's chocolate frosting, one side's vanilla frosting, or this is peanut butter, this is jam. So there's some sort of irritation station going on. I don't know what it is, if it's within you or what you're sensing from the collective, Libra. It's just something about it's just keeping me little bit of Oscar the Grouch feel. The fun thing about that is like Oscar the Grouch was really still beloved by everybody at Sesame Street. So, all right, I'm going to keep going. Bowling. Harem pants, I think, or some sort of dance where their pants are very flowy. Again, I have a card. See if I can find it. That kind of depicts anyway. There they are right there. Transformation. Like it's flowy. I don't know if this is a skirt or pants or both, male or female. Something along that lines. Those are the kind of pants I'm seeing. I'm hearing the song by Raffi, so I don't know, a lot, maybe childhood stuff, Libra, or maybe you have lots of children or childlike energy around you, or it could be a current focus, but I'm hearing the song by Raffi. The more we get together, the more we get together, the happier we'll be. As your friend is my friend, and my friend is your friend. The more we get together, the... I'm also seeing the game croquet and those like wiry things that you would stick in the ground. So the alignment and the space in between is, it's like you can see the space in between, but the path is created as you decide how you're going to go about something. If that makes any sort of sense at all. It's like when you're playing croquet, it makes perfect sense. But if somebody maybe walking in has never seen it before, or they've never played, they're like, why are they just sporadically in the ground? Like, why are these little square tunnel things not? And you're like, no, it's like playing golf where all the holes are all over the place. But once you know the path, you know, it feels a lot more fun, or you're more prepared. Initiation of the Count of Saint Germain, card 14 in the Cave of Ice. Take me to church. It's the second time you've said that, and I've sang the song right afterwards. The card, the art depicted kind of indicates like there's one person, a speaker, a teacher, a priest, a priestess, a pope, a deity, a god, possibly this guide. And then if these are like disciples, may I? And they are covered. These disciples are covered. Yeah. Initiation of the Count of Saint Germain. If I recall, Saint Germain was about the violet flame, and it was like lore or whatnot that he existed like in random time frames, always had a lot of money. People thought he was like 200 years old, and the Empress is coming through in your cave of winds of the mind, of the brain.
Have you been before?
Look at that. Even here, there was an old woman who lived in a shoe. She had so many children, and she's got children under here and one bun in the oven. So congratulations if you have a bun in the oven. And it's like there could be two different ways of parenting at play here, or maybe this is bosses as well, if you want to put it into your own channel of career, professional, personal, romantic relationships, whatever the case is. Because I'm seeing this like all these like different characters from shows. Like these are actually two people making out. This is a person, I don't know if they're watching. Maybe there's like workplace relationships or relationships coming about for this bounty. Somebody that just speaks really, really well. This one looks like, oh my goodness. I feel like I'm referencing all these decks because I can only see images now in my liminal state versus remembering words. It's hilarious. And ironic, I think it's the Hierophant card, which is so indicative of that. It's this guy from Game of Thrones. He has the little birdies. Whatever his position is in Game of Thrones, the bald guy. But it's like kind of like a monk. The way they're dressed, a very specific way. Maybe I probably don't need to keep doing this. Oh, there he is. But that's the hand. That's how I'm seeing, like, literally the hands. Hierophant, church, Saint Germain, the initiation of. Incredible, Libra. Cave of Hearth Fires for Libra. Forgiveness. This is spirit. Protection is on the bottom. I gotta feel that card because there's a sensation that like it's a feeling versus what something looks like. And maybe that's very indicative of forgiveness for you, applying forgiveness to someone, something. It's a feeling for you. And it kind of feels like a cleansing is going on too through this.
Buried.
Something buried. Maybe there is something you need to forgive for buried. In the Cave of Rivers and the Emotional Waters is the Horologer and the Eight of Airships. Your masculine and feminine energies are like balanced, top notch. I also feel like somebody travels for work and somebody stays home. I'm not saying this is in a romantic, necessarily in a romantic space. This could be you and your boss, like your boss travel or boss stays at the office, you travel a lot, or there's something that you do in the mindscape that's in relation to how you feel. Your emotions can take you on these mind travels, and it's like I got to follow these maps and follow the lines like through the croquet until I hit that heart, that post. I also feel like I'm a treasure hunter, emotional treasure hunter, ethereal emotional treasure hunter. It's bringing me into the show Lost. Excuse me. Where there's that whole side story. I can't be a spoiler. The show's like super old. Like the original guy, Dominic, or I don't know. He's been there a long time, but his wife or girlfriend never gave up looking for him. Never gave up looking for him. And if I may, Libra, if there's someone or something that has passed on, whether from density into the afterlife, a position that passed on you or you passed on them, and there's a punishment or an opportunity you feel you passed on, and there's some regrets there of like, oh, I should have taken that, like the look back things, right? Well, now that I know, looking back, I wouldn't have, said no to that opportunity or whatever the case is. Reflect away. I'm not here to tell you what to do at all, but I kind of want to note that there's 3 different time zones in here. Everything is being played out, so there's no need to worry about missing out. Cave of Earth. The Poplar Tree. Duplicity. Card number 34. Duality and duplicity, suffering and bitterness, enlightenment and happiness are at play. Yeah, you're not missing out on anything. You're very wise to the workings that are going on. There's also something Mayan-y happening here. Yeah, that's the best way I can explain it. Like, I don't know, just Mayan-y. Like a Mayan. Or Inca. I'm trying to think of other popular words. I'm not lying. I only know so many old ancestral kind of words. Oh, and I'm hearing that song now. Damn, did I just say, was it with you guys I was singing this, or was it Scorpio? I think it's David Bowie again. He's a starman. He liked
Brandy.
He's a starman. Maybe Starman. I'm trying to get the tune in my head, more in my head to get the words, but okay. Libra, let's get you a Dream Warrior card, and then I will let you go, and I will see you next month. I hope this did educate, entertain.
Be quiet.
There's the artistry. You're so feisty, Ghost Tube. So feisty. Card 7. Aditi of Hathor, Hidden Blessings. A radiantly transfiguring portal between heaven and earth is opening, offering abundance and protection. Release what you have outgrown with gratitude for all you have learned from, and its optimism for the elevated expression that shall arise in its place. It is natural for the bones of the sacred cow to return to the earth, to give her minerals, which in turn can support new life. All endings in your life are held within the auspiciousness of the sacred feminine, and you shall ultimately be enriched and empowered by all that unfolds. Recognize the promising signs of the light growing stronger in you towards the light. My condolences to somebody who's recently crossed over. They are absolutely not suffering. They are quite in an abundant state. And they are part of your protection team too, if I may. Like, that's part of their evolution, wandering over to the spirit realm. So if you're looking to open up to that, speak from the heart, release expectations of how the communication should be given back, even just by comparison of stories that have been told before, or, you know, well, this is Steph's experience, or so-and-so, that was her experience, that was his experience. Look for your experience. The communication is sacred between you and your spirit guide or passed on loved one. And there's a learning on both ends too, especially if it was a person recently in density, because they got stuff to remember too, right? They got stuff to remember too. All right, Libra, I love you. I will see you next time. So much love. Virgos, let's go. Let's go, Virgos. Let's go. Let's go, Virgos. Let's go. You know the drill. If you see, sense, or feel anything, please feel well to comment below, drop an emoji, or give it a like. Any interactions with the channel is appreciated. Virgos, you are my ascendant sibling. Rising on up. All right. So there's somebody here with a cane or a crutch, and they're kind of leaning as they're talking to this other being. There's also spirals of creation, but these spirals are the antlers of a antlered animal. I want to say moose, but it could also be a deer.
Uncle.
Where's an antelope? There's very specific antlered animals coming through. I feel like, sorry, I stumbled like right amongst in there, but there I am. This stick thing, it's turning into something else for me, but I'm going to go down the rabbit hole quickly while I'm still here. Do you know the movie, I think it's A Christmas Carol, and I really know more so the Christmas Carol with the Muppets, but is there like a little boy that's on a crutch and like Scrooge is rude to him, or is his name Tommy? Something like that, Tommy. Yeah, something like that. Okay, thank you. So the other side is it was transforming on me is I'm seeing an upward path here. And in order for that, I need this hill, like this. If I was seeing it from this side, this looks like hill.
Listen to me.
And then this is the path up, up, and away. Up, up, and away. My head and my heart are working together. But there's, it's good. I feel like my head knows what my passions are. But I kept my heart in my head, and now they're too close together. Got to put my heart back in my heart space. It's like the head and the heart got to talk. They got, same page, or goals, Virgos, whatever you got going on, whatever you want to be going up towards, like a ramp, whoo. I can't keep my heart up here. There's a dodo bird up there as well. Are they extinct? I think they are extinct. Yeah, these dodo birds could also be vultures, or put dodo and vultures together, but they have like those long whiskers like a wise old Chinaman, like typically depicted. All feathers. The light of the world is coming through in your cave of ice. You light up my life. That's all sorts of Virgo in there, eh? Very hermity with the lantern. And a big old hearth fire. You're warm and more than just hands and hearts.
Stay with me.
Oh, there's playing here. I feel like monkeys jumping on the bed, and like feathers and pillowcases. Like I feel like I'm just having a good old time here. And I feel like there's a conversation that's going on while I'm having that. Like, I can't remember the last time I had this much fun jumping on the bed. And like feathers are flying about. Oh my gosh, it's so funny. Maybe feathers have been a symbol for you lately, or you would like them to be, and I'm hearing just say it. Just say that you would like a feather to be meaningful, and it has meaning. 6 of Cups in the cave of winds of the mind. Yeah, like these two are jumping on the bed. Like just, woo. It's awesome. It's like these There's also something about the way these feathers are falling from the sky. It's like the energy is just light. I mean, like physically lighter. Imagine if it was raining feathers and that was what we called a storm. And even that feels joyful. Like, let's go dance in the rain and have a good time. Have a good time.
Did.
Sorry, I thought I heard something. I might have. I might need to go check it out. Somebody is on their knees. I have here grieving coming through in the Cave of Hearth Fires. You actually had like a whole... So I'll just bring it out. Courage and prosperity. I'm going to let you sit with that for one moment. I will be back. Hi, Virgo. Sorry. I had to talk to my insurance adjuster person. Anywho. So coming into the Cave of Hearth Fires, in whatever way, shape, or form one has been moving through grief, through the darkness, but feeling like being the light of a little lantern, turning into a whole hearth fire back here. There's a celebration of at least 2 people in spirit that are celebrating with you. You might have grieved the loss of them, whoever these 2 people are. Likewise, there's somebody here in the living that celebrates with you, knowing what you've been through, the courage that you continue to persevere through, cultivate that big hearth fire, big lion roar behind you, and coming into a space and state of prosperity. Feeling prosperous, like bringing this lantern light into the whole world, and it just like transforms in front of you for your life. The way you see, the way you feel, like feathers falling from the sky. In your Cave of Rivers is the 6 of Leviathans. Like, look how lovely that is. For some of you, you have a whole life in the dream state, and or it also pieces up in the waking, where it's like a fairy tale with the people, places, and things that you've lost and love. Love, not loved. You love just the same, even while they've moved on through into the afterlife. Likewise, I want to say I kind of feel like I'm sitting now with all of my mental anguish, heart anguish, this metal construction. And now I've built a pet, a best friend. It's transformed into something that I can sit with and be grateful for, that it, like having a hard shell, serves its purpose, but also coming out to sit in the grass and having a little lighter air. Like, you are the light. You are your light. I don't know how else to say that's how I'm seeing it. Because with this person or this energy on its bent knees, and like here's the hands down, it's like this is coming off my back, just releasing burdens, burnt marks. And it's kind of like I get to let these things go. It might appear or feel like things have happened at a snail's pace, but there's been other energies that have been working with you through your process. So while a snail's pace, and also like this big old home, like that hard shell, when deciding when you want to roar and be bigger. Lions might mean something to you specifically, along with the butterfly metamorphosis. But this is the metamorphosis. Like, I'm visually seeing it as you're releasing the burdens, and then your wings can start to come out. In your Cave of Hearth Fires, your trees are the silver birch tree of birth and the larch tree of good news. The silver birch tree, card 8, like wood that grows upward, by drawing strength from its hidden root, love will advance. So love. Love. I love myself. Success arrives with perseverance. No mountain is too high for you to climb. Do we have to sing it? Ain't no mountain. You know I was going to. How can you not? How can you not? All right, Virgos, see if there's anything else. We'll add on a Dream Warrior card. And then I will let you go, and I will see you next month. I hope you're doing well. Yeah, see, now it's there. Oh, who is that? It's like, you know those trolls with the crazy hair? But imagine like the crazy hair is all done and in place, like hairspray and pins. And now I know what's going on. Like now I'm putting myself in whatever kind of a proper alignment of prosperity. So if you want to take in that artistry, if anything's standing out, the You by Design, the You by Design. Card 18, Kuntra Yakak. Blessings from the son of Hanan Pacha. Condor evokes powerful medicine to overcome extreme obstacles. Seemingly inevitable defeat yields under his medical intervention, evolving into extraordinary triumph. He gives the prophecy of resurrection, the unexpected arising of what was all but lost. Such revitalization is not only unanticipated, but also happens with surprising swiftness. Interesting. Condor is an affirmation of the power to reverse damage and generate wondrous healing. Commit yourself unwaveringly to the manifestation of your sacred vision. Stay true to your path and purpose, and nothing shall defeat you. You are in alignment with restorative cosmic forces and the positive earth energies. The earth is with you. Just in case it wasn't enough, Virgos, what you've been through, honor, you've done so with grace, grieving, courage, and to step into prosperity. And it doesn't say goodbye, or undo what you've been through or take away, but it shows what you've done with it, right? And that's, you are that light of remembering. You are the one that remembers those who have passed away with sunshine in your heart. Tears may fall like silver feathers, but you, my dear, are the light. All right, I'm going to move on. Thank you so much. All right, I'll see you soon. Leo, my loves, when you're ready, let's go. Here's your scrollerson. Yes, little man wants outside. He's in and out and in and out. If you see, sense, or feel anything, please feel well to comment below. Drop an emoji. Give it a heart. Give it a like. Oh, I see you in that window there. Somebody's at the window. Feels like a windshield window. Hello. Is somebody hearing tapping at their windows? I'm also seeing a bear. If a bear symbol means anything to you, it kind of feels like the three bears, the three little, or the mama bear, the papa bear, the baby bear, the three bears. Something about an igloo. And when you wander to, baseball, is it baseball? Safe. Yeah. I'm a little cross-eyed about something. Maybe cross-eyed to cycloptic eye. And I'm seeing these hands. It's like, me? Are you talking to me? Yeah, I'm talking to you. I'm talking to you. Like somebody's like choosing you. If anyone's worried about losing their marbles in this kind of cross-eyedness, you got all these marbles. They feel wonderful. No marbles have been lost. Oh, there's work. Work. Leo, you've been doing a lot of work, working a lot, career, working, building, forming, using every last piece. Somebody's in charge. There's masculine and feminine energies here. The masculine energy is in this triangle here, face down, which I believe is Earth, but I could be wrong. Very liminal right now. And there's duplicity in the feminine energy, like eggs, like splitting off. It's like, is it going to be a boy or is it going to be a girl type thing? Was it the X and Y chromosomes? They are but one within each. Leo, you're definitely doing something to play it safe or keeping something safe. respect. Respect, I hear that. Cave of Ice for Leo. The Waterfall, Six of Forces. Is that TLC? Don't go chasing waterfalls. You're not going to be sticking to the rivers and the lakes that you're used to, but you do play it safe. You stick to your rivers and your lakes that you're used to. My apologies or my condolences if you've passed away and you're in water. You're not there anymore, but thank you for letting us know if somebody did drown. To support this is loving elementals. Look at that playfulness. And that's why you do what you do. Whether it's your inner child, your children, something that's still in its infancy, if it's a job, business, career, and your pond will become a force, if it's not already, to be reckoned with, if I may. And I'm not trying to say that in a rawr way. I'm saying that in like you can make a pond into a whole waterfall. Like you have that power, and sometimes by playing it safe, it's out of respect for the foundation. And you have a respect for not only the elementals and the energies around you, but for the process. You appreciate the process. So that when there's, just going to say the way I'm going to hear it. So when there's an earthquake, or if there's something rumbly, collectively en masse, your foundation is safe and sound. That's exactly how I feel about that. And it is quite protected. Your eggs, your marbles, your money, all of it. There's also a very large gorilla here, like a stuffy. Yeah, 5 of coins in the Cave of Winds, because I don't want you to worry. And maybe sometimes you're playing it too safe because you're worried too much. And maybe this is about your marbles and your money together. What your marbles are mucking about your monies, and what your monies are doing to your mind. I'll take another one for Leo. Yeah, that's fine. 8 of Cups. What keeps you up at night? What bothers you in your sleep? I feel like that's what you're letting go of. You are, 10 of Cups here. You are doing your best, and it's out of respect. At least the way I'm feeling it is that you are leaving behind a legacy that started off as something simple and playful and has built into its own like water park. You know what I mean? It's like somebody with a sprinkler in the backyard that had realized the happiness it was bringing to the children or to cool off, and you somehow over days, weeks, months, years turn that into a whole water park. And that's not to say that there's not ups and downs, and maybe your mind worries about the downs, but I gotta say the waterfall in its majesticness, it's because it goes over the cliff and down back into your pond. So whatever you're doing, please let not your worries be a mill. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like you've got this whole fairy tale world. Don't want to lose it. In your Cave of Hearth Fires is dreams and spirit guide. Oh yeah, well your dreams are coming true. You might worry that they're not. Don't worry. Be happy. Safe. Again, safe. Don't go chasing waterfalls. It's like pay attention to the creeks and the small rivers and the ponds. Like you also pay attention to the power of small fairies and fae and blades of grass. And it's like if a golf course didn't give a hoot about grass, it would probably be a very different experience. Somebody had a dream. If you build it, they will come. If you build it, they will come. You're also guided through this. In the cave, in the Cave of Rivers, we have Ace of Leviathans, very much so new land, new earth. Again, it's like that theme park being shining a light on it. And what came through to support is Ace of Airships and the Empress. There's that feminine energy. Look at this. And remember, I was talking about it's like the feminine energy in 2, but with all the bubbles here, with all the bubbles here, all those eggs. Don't hold on too tight. 2 aces in your cave of rivers of how you're feeling. I feel like you're also intuitively trying to find, scoping this out. If this light came from this blimp, and it's like searching. Searching for like your special spot, or some, some place you might build a house, or a job that would make you happy, feel stable and strong. Because I think you've been where you needed to walk away from. It just didn't make sense. It wasn't enough. In the Cave of Earth Fires, it's 22, the cherry tree vulnerability. Every spring is a new beginning, bearing a multitude of budding possibilities. Buddings and eggs. What's that song I'm hearing? That's the sound of the men working on the chain. Was that the prison from the thing you said you're in prison? I got a note that, yeah, there's possibly, maybe this message is for one or some. Not sure if they're you or somebody you know in the animated realm, or if they've passed over, that they were in prison. They were in jail, or they went to prison. Somebody passed away, something along that lines. And they weren't at fault, or something that happened to them and it ended with them transitioning nonetheless. They have passed on. They are now part of your spirit guide team, and they are helping you seek and find, Leo. And it's because of your vulnerability to bud, to keep looking, to search and seek for what it is. That's your perfect spot for your theme park of self.
I'm not sure.
Your last but not least card is the Dream Warrior. Card 8, Aluka Vahana, Grace of She Who Rides the Owl. Aluka Vahana, a cosmic owl, delivers the presence of goddess Lakshmi into your heart.
How do you feel?
Owl is a creature of night, and Lakshmi is a being of light. The unexpectedness of the association holds sacred meaning. Precious gifts will arise from as yet unrecognized sources. Lakshmi evokes the flowering of abundance and prosperity, beauty and love, wisdom and enlightenment. She corrects injustices, if this was you or in something that you've gone through, and restores rightful inheritance, energizing the path to fulfillment. She is the symbol of relief and return to the light. Settle any uncertainties or doubts as you focus on your positive attitude on gratitude and grace. An unexpected, luscious liberation is assured. Gorgeous. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. All right, Leo, thank you very, very much. I hope this did serve, inspire, educate, or entertain. I will see you next month for our monthly all signs. But in the meantime, I hope that you do enjoy our other adventures, our Odysseys by the Influencers, which is of you guys. So thank you for submitting. Also for our open messages and our Old Souls on Wednesdays. And if you're a member, I see you more often. But if not, that's okay. All right, Leo, so much love. Bye. Cancers, when you're ready, my dears, let's dive in. Here's your scroll. If you see, sense, or feel anything, you know the drill. Please feel well to comment below, drop an emoji, give it a like. Any interactions are appreciated. Horseshoes? Are those robot pets? Robot pets, I think I'm seeing.
Devil.
Oh, jeez. Drama. There's also something about a house or something that's happening in a house. I'm seeing a cheerleader, somebody practicing like cheerleaders. That's all right. That's okay. You're going to pump my gas someday. Yay. I don't know what it's about. There's something just spelling out of a home. There's also something that looks like a home that's a yurt or that's been raised up or something along that lines or is being raised up. This could be also you're moving in some way, shape, or form, and you are lifting where you're living. Doesn't necessarily have to be on something still tilted or stilted. It could be just maybe you're changing residences to that's a better fit for you. I'm seeing Santa come down the chimney. And I'm seeing the show called Perfect Strangers with Cousin Larry and Bulky Bartochanus. Something about ruins as well. Not ruins, runes. Sorry, runes. And your cave of ice is the willow. Oh, that's beautiful. I love the willow. It's one of my favorite trees. And I know it has to deal with grief, but there's also a lot of medicine in there for rerouting things quickly.
Prison.
And as well for I can't remember the other one, sorry. If you know, by all means you can comment what it means to you or what you know that it means, like an aspirin, kind of something along that lines. But there's something very specific for me for a willow by a bed of water. And for me, that's my gumpy or my grandfather. Some of you might know. So you might have a grandfather around you at this time or an older gentleman in spirit. They've well passed on, but they are like a big old guardian. Big old guardian. You might have even lived with them at some point in time. So this could be a parent or an uncle or a grandparent that basically were just like part of your parenting team. Yeah, that's very interesting. There's something about magnetism off to the side. So it's not front and back. It's not past and future alignment.
Maybe.
This feels more horizontal, giving and receiving, giving and receiving. Okay, there's a woman here with slightly longer than shoulder length hair. You might look like her. Could be a sibling, cousin, family member. It's definitely a relative. You looked like her, masculine or feminine. She's well passed on as well. Because I see you're taking the boat over and across. Something about a Bambi, like a Bambi, the deer Bambi. A gentleness, the transition was smooth, contrary to what it might have looked like. My transition was very, very smooth. In the Cave of Winds, 3 of Coins, yeah, smooth transition to the angelic realm. Smooth operator. Or maybe it has something to do with an operation or something along that lines. If that's not your story, thank you for holding space for someone to hear that. There is something about you and your wings and somebody in the spirit realm, not necessarily the afterlife realm. They are helping you puff up your wings per se. And that might have something to do with the runes. There's also like the Viking boats down here. And then I believe the Vikings can also have something, or, in the same around air, the runes. I don't know, maybe that's something you work with. Maybe something you want to look into. You might also sigil speaking. I'm feeding the animals right now. Where am I? Feeding the animals. I'm just feeding the animals. It feels actually peaceful. Like I'm just feeding the animals. Is that a book? Yeah, it's a cat reading a book. These are cat ears. And I'm reading a book. Empowerment's coming through in the Cave of Hearth Fires. I believe this is that woman in spirit that that you look like. Again, it's very clear that you're related. You receive a lot of strength from her. And this is what I mean. Sorry. What did you say? I can't really see you there, and I didn't hear you because I was... Okay, you disagree? That's fine. It's like these two are related, but they look alike. That's what I mean, kind of. Anyway. All right. Somebody thinking about going back to school or some form of study. Doesn't matter if you're 20, 80, 90, 400. Somebody about going back to school. 3 of Leviathans coming in the cave of rivers. Somebody helped you from something. Somebody was in a situation recently where something happened. It's like, whew, how did I get out of that? Or how did that happen? Or thank goodness that's all that happened. There was somebody there with you.
Want to play?
Really a guide. Also, somebody might be switching what they're studying. So maybe you started going off for school or lawyering, and then you change midway through to not lawyering. A different point of interest. And I see you like switching up. Best way to find out some of the best information is what you don't want, but thought that we wanted. I also want to note, thank you, in this 3 of Leviathans, see that little, sorry about my gross nails, that little thing there, that little tree. And here it is. Big tree. The number 3 might be meaningful to you, might be standing out to you as well. It's understood that you've had to save yourself many times or enough times. Back in the story, as I'm coming into the cave of earth, is the labrum tree, prosperity, 36. Be vigilant and receptive. A golden treasure may have more potential than meets the eye. Do you see how on the bottom of this card, there's those little loop-de-loos around it, you know? And you have these loop-de-loos. But right now, it just seems to be focused this way. And then I think at some point in time, it's like you're going to out this way, and then you're going to bring it up, whatever it is that you want, and it'll create that curve, and then you're going to put it in the ground. And it's like maybe you've done this a few times, and whatever prosperity means to you, I'm getting the feeling this is, I have a prosperous amount of, maybe you might call it paranormal, supernatural, spirit, afterlife, paths. I feel like I'm prosperous. And there's this switch, whatever this is, this switch to or starting to, even in the switch, you don't necessarily have to be studying one thing to another, but you could be like, oh, instead of watching TV, I'm going to start reading, 2 nights a week. Switch it up. That's what I'm hearing that. All right, Cancers. Let's see. Yeah, we're so here if you'd like any help. If not, I will help you after the session. I'm going to add on a Dream Warrior card, and then I will let you go, and I will see you next month for our All Signs. Hopefully you feel well to enjoy other iScry adventures. There are playlists are on the homepage, shorts, and everything's in the description box, or whatchamacallit, the about of the channel anyway, like for the seasonal updates of when. Okay, blah, 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 blah. Here's your card. 36 Mayu. Oh, you have 2 36s. Soma from the Galactic Heart. Divine Mother's milk flowing from the cosmic goddess is nourishing your soul, and you are growing spiritually. An expansion of your horizons, clarification of your spiritual purpose, and fuller embracing of your sacred responsibilities are naturally taking place as a consequence of this nutritive divine empowerment. This is an oracle of happiness, manifest. Oh my goodness, I've been talking too long. And I took like a really big breath there. This is an oracle of happiness, manifestation, and grace. Align with your heart truth and set your intention to evolve, expand, and express it. Cast your net wider, embrace greater possibilities. The universe is providing all that is needed for an elevated expression of your purest purpose. You are profoundly supportive and you shall thrive. Cancer. I hope this would serve, inspire, educate, or entertain, and I'm honored to have been here with you. I will see you next month. Thank you for your love and support, and I will see you again soon. See you. Gemini, how are you? Thank you so much. If you're ready to come on in, so I'm just cleaning up from the previous one. I'll let you get in there. You know the drill. If you see, sense, or feel anything, please feel well to comment below. Drop an emoji. Give it a heart. Hi, Teresa. Any interactions with the channel is appreciated. There's a shovel in there. You know those spoons? Those like decorative spoons that have like a fancy place or some sort of emblem. There's a fancy spoon in there. Fancy spoon. There's also a penguin. Somebody's really curious about your knowledge, or you're drawing in sacred knowledge. Ooh, I sensed that as soon as I said it. You're calling in sacred knowledge. There's a phoenix in my head. Phoenix in my head. I've had to wipe my eyes about something. I don't know if it's tired eyes or, tears, wiping the tears back. Okay, so there's a head here. This is hair. Oh, you know what I feel like I'm doing? I just heard 2 heads are better than 1. It's like being at a spa and getting your hair washed for you, or when you're young and your mom or your auntie or your dad or whomever would wash your hair for you. And it's always very different when somebody else is brushing or washing your hair and something pulls. And it hurts so much when it's somebody else. But when you're doing your own hair, you just seem to be able to and it's fine. So there's something about different kind of pain tolerances, maybe between these 2 versions of myself or something along that lines. I do feel like I'm still grieving about something and I might not fully have acknowledged it, whatever this is, job, person, place, or thing. There's something in there. But there is this phoenix with this fancy shovel that's a spoon. Absolutely. There's also a road coming into fruition for me to see. I'm going to have to make a choice soon. In your cave of ice is the lightning bolt, 8 of forces. I got the power. Yes, some sort of idea, like in relation to any sort of choice, it's going to hit you like a bolt of lightning. Yeah, that's very reflective. I'm laying face down on my belly. Something about broccoli.
Wait.
Or cauliflower. Oh, I gotta turn it. Is that why? Okay. So, right in here, I feel like I'm being mooned. There's the butt of a gorilla. Well, maybe that's just the way I'm stepping into it. It's like this gorilla is bent over chatting to this happy Pac-Man or Miss Pac-Man. And I'm over here and it's like I just happen to be, I'm like, I'm looking at this gorilla butt. I'm like, what's this gorilla butt all about? But really it just kind of happens to be the way the 2 worlds are working, because this version is talking to 2 other people. The gorilla is talking to my heart. There's an arrowhead in my heart. Could be in relation to an ancestor, if somebody has passed, or something you're working through in a past life, or something along the life. I love that. Thank you. Or if it's in some heartbreak. The gorilla is talking to it. It's funny because I'm hearing it like, well, tell me what you need. And it's like, well, I told you what I need. And this whole bent over conversation. But there's this other side of me that's talking. I'm like, all I can see is gorilla butt. I can't even focus on what's happening here. There's gorilla butt. Oh, is it? No, what are those? Orange peelers. I was going to say hockey sticks, but they're actually orange peelers. The high priestess and strength coming in the cave of winds in the mind. See, look at that person laying on their belly, taking their medicine. And all that. Did I talk about knowledge, or was that just in my imagination? No, it was that sacred knowledge coming in. It's kind of like a flurry, though. Okay, so this is the way I'm going to say it. Doling out medicine and taking your own medicine. Yeah, I don't really know about that. Like, I don't know what it means in relation to something. Gems, I'm going to say you're a force to be reckoned with. Force to be reckoned with. That's how I'm feeling. Got all sorts of the feels. Yeah, lighten your load in your cave of hearth fires. And this comes from, to me, this high priestess. Like, everything in a fear. Like, there's so much. It doesn't have to be paperwork. Maybe it is for you. Or whatever paperwork might represent. There's just too much. Like, take your own medicine. Like, I don't know, rest, chill out. I don't know, take your own medicine, whatever you might be advice you would give somebody else, maybe give it to yourself and take it. Does that make sense? You gotta lighten something. Carrying the weight of the world on your back. It's not necessary. I got the whole world. Anyway, sorry, I was back in here. I was getting like magician mind. So this mind like a cone head. And these are like in the clouds. And I feel like it's something when I'm sleeping specifically. But then these are like big caped arms. And these are hands coming in to like, almost like rubbing somebody else's or even my own eyeballs. It's like, stay awake. You're going to stay awake. I don't know, maybe there's something about hypnotism as well. Or something along that lines. There is like a magician vibe here. I'm in a different timeline all of a sudden. Sorry, there's a man coming through. He has a very mature mustache. The body structure is different, like where I could say like, oh, I've got shoulder pads on and, you know, it looks like we're in the Hunger Games or the movie. This is actually like the skeletal system. Like, here's a nose, here's the beard, maybe ears or horns, shoulder horns, but it's giving me like Mad Magician vibes. Okay, I'm seeing this as one of those lockets that it's like on a necklace, or it's like when you do your makeup. So something like that. And you open it up and you would see like two pictures. Or you would see a mirror of yourself. Could be somebody of the heart that hurt you, or maybe a past life, or some sort of work you're doing, calling in heart space. Because this is kind of the feel with this horologer. I can never say it smoothly. In your cave of rivers of how you're feeling. It's like I'm creating this blue rose, but I had to break something around it. It's risky business I'm hearing. But I feel like a scientist and a magician in one. Yeah, I don't know how else to say that. A scientist and a magician in one. And there's like a Oh, you've got, first of all, risky business. There's two big balls here. Two big balls. You got balls. Or you got bits that would imply you got bravery. You got grit, kid. You got it. Like, I don't know. But there's still something. I feel I'm overworking, but not in the way one might think. It's like I'm overworking my mind. I'm in too many directions. And while that may be a strength to multitask, Cave of Earth, peace, the olive tree, 13, possibly receiving an olive branch or giving yourself an olive branch to know that you have, a million and a myriad talents, skills, and gifts, gems. And to let them come in their own time, and allow them to step forward fully. It's almost like this immersion versus just getting a taste of everything. I'm immersing myself in something. The olive tree. On reflection, heaven sends a message of wisdom. Restored to peace, faith, hope, and love, harmony prevails. If there is something in relation to some sort of heartbreak, heart hurts, heart healing, please know that it is being worked upon. There's somebody that is, I'm seeing from Beetlejuice. I love me some Beetlejuice. And when it comes through, I get so excited because, I feel normal. I feel so seen. Where they are going to haunt the house and they have to show the little old lady, what are you going to do? And they transform their faces into the long things and open up and pokes the eyes out and they come out of the mouth with the tongue. So that's what I'm seeing here. And there's people, and I feel like I'm trying to be haunted by something that thinks it's frightening, but I can't see it. So it's not the point that I can't see it. That's not the skill or problem. That's nothing in this situation. It's this energy is doing something to try and either get my attention or scare me, and it doesn't have the ability to be seen. Its strength, its skill set can't be seen. Do you know what I'm saying? So I don't know if there's a peace offering of an energy trying to come towards you, or a peace offering within oneself, gems. Let there be peace. All right, gems, let's add on a Dream Warrior card and then I'll let you go, and I'll see you next month. I hope that you have enjoyed this. And again, thank you for being here. And hopefully you step into the other adventures throughout the week on Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. And if you are a member, well, I see you all the time, don't you know? You're very, very strong. There's a...
Find me.
It's like the whole chop wood, carry water kind of thing, but I just see you carrying 2 pails of water. And I feel like if I've gone hunting and I'm coming back, I'm preparing, I'm carrying my kill. I don't know. But it will feed and it's a feast. This lightning bolt. I feel like this lightning bolt is very important. Okay. The medicine horse. 41. Progress on the path. Horse medicine liberates the soul from stagnancy, inspiring inner and outer progress. Affirm the precious value of your trust and invest it in worthy recipients, such as the universe, your heart, and your purpose. As trust is strengthened, your progress quickens, even as you relax in the certainty that your intuition, instinct, and life itself guide and provide you with all that you need. You may sense the inner urge to embrace new opportunities and expand your horizons. Don't hold yourself back. The universe actively supports your desire for positive change. You are destined to go far. And my goodness, you've already come so far. Take time to rest as well. Honor and nurture peace. It's easier to go farther when you lighten a little bit of the load.
Cheating.
Lighten a little bit of the load. Don't cheat to lighten the load either. No cheating. That's, that's an integrity concern. But, you do you. Maybe you got to make peace with different things that within oneself or with somebody else. I also want to say, like, in something in regards to lightening the load, but how far you're going to go. I feel like I'm looking at a teacher, a guidance counselor, and a school nurse. So there might be 3 characters that have different positions within like different positions in a school, right? A teacher, a guidance counselor, and a school nurse. And everyone is adept at this. And by lightening your load, it's like by working in a team versus solo on something. It lightens up. It's like something that maybe, say it's like, okay, once a week, I got to go do this once a week. But you do many things once a week and it moves along quickly. Anyway, so it's like, well, okay, once a week, it's, this teacher. The next week, it's that teacher. The next week, it's the school nurse or the guidance counselor. And then the last week, it's either a break piece or we all come together and do something together to alleviate weights. There's something about trying to do something alone when by lightening the load is by welcoming other people in and making peace with that, because it can actually be bigger and brighter. Maybe that's the lightning bolt. I don't know. Okay, gems. I love you. I gotta go. Gotta go. I'll see you soon. Someone's off. Bye. Hello, Taurus. When you're ready, let's go. Sorry, I'm just like, plopped everything down and now here's your scroll. If you know the drill, if you see, sense, or feel anything, please feel well to comment below, drop an emoji, or give it a heart. I appreciate you. Okay, so it's switching on me really fast. I'm seeing a bottle in here and like this bottle's being hugged. It's like a genie in a bottle. I don't know if you have like just something in your life that's like, it's just precious to you. Very, very precious. And you hold on, but you got to make sure like genie in the bottle doesn't get trapped in the bottle. It's like Lenny from Of Mice and Men. You can't squeeze it so that, and the head pops off. Let it breathe. Like a good wine, I imagine. I'm not a big drinker, but I feel like my sisters do a lot. Like let it breathe. Swoosh it around. Yeah, because I'm also seeing it like a cauldron on the stove or something like that, and letting the steam out on top. I'm also seeing somebody with like one of those curly Q mustaches. Ha ha ha! It's like French. That's not in any way real French. Yes. That is absolutely, maybe it's a French press of coffee, no? Anyway. There's also a butler here. This butler is, before I head to the butler, can I go over there for a second? I think it's Gomez Adams, but like something suave. This could be your masculine and feminine energies. This could be somebody that, or whatever aspect of you, masculine or feminine, express, but the energies are just here. It's just like loving it up and squeezing, but I don't want to squeeze it too tight. I also don't want to keep something trapped. Dangerous. Maybe you have something even of yourself, masculine or feminine energy trapped, and you're trying to work through it to like, just, let it breathe, get some air, see what it feels like to be outside of the confines of the structure of the very Hierophanty feel. And maybe that's a religious thing. Maybe that's school break. Maybe it's vacation. Just getting out of the usual bottleneck, even if there's something in a bottleneck. And also when I think of bottleneck, I think of the throat space, like literally the bottleneck of the body. So, and then I come back to that butler. Excuse me, sir. Will you be retiring to the so-and-so? Clearing your throat, Taurus. Clear your throat and speak. You know, a butler will always be heard, or at least I would assume so. I don't have a butler, but I would always be listening if they would be ready to get me something. I probably would be best friends with the butler because I'd be like, they get shit done. I love it. All right, Taurus. Oh, I'm on a lily pad. Oh, you're cheeky. I was going to say that. Bird's nest, 3 of forces, building something, that nest. Maybe you're also needing a slightly bigger
Taurus.
nest. Yes, Taurus, or a slightly smaller nest. If you're feeling tight, you know, just like a little tight, maybe you're looking for a bigger nest, bigger spaces. It doesn't mean you need to pick up and move. It could just be, okay, the nicer weather's coming. It could very much so be seasonally depicted, or at least here in Canada. It's like, okay, starting to get a little suffocated here in the winter time. Looking forward to the spring and the summer where I can get out and your whole living room is the parks and the world and the asphalt rivers, and you know, it's just more conducive to chirping out there. I also see, Taurus, that you're very good at bringing home to your family, whomever that is for you, person, places, or things. Right to the bottom.
Berry.
Devil. I wonder if some are worried as well that in that bottle is like your inner demon or devil. Anger as well, maybe bottled up. So I am on this lily pad again. I am meditating. 6 of Cups. Coming through in the cave of winds of the mind. Dun, 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 dun. Something about music. Oh, some of you might like rock and roll. What didn't they used to call that? The devil's music. Oh my goodness. Rock and roll, Taurians. Rock and roll in the mind. You do rock, you do roll, and you provide very, very well. And, you know, hopefully not too... There's a difference between protecting and pressing, right? But I also want to know that if you, Taurians, are feeling pressed, make the space yourself. Go outside and meet the space. Breathe in the space. Get outside of your own comfort zones, your own bottleneck too, right? Because you're a big energy. Sometimes you need wide open spaces. Room to make a big mistake. It's all about your well-being. And your well-being also feels like the quality of the pastures around you reflect how good you feel too. Yeah. You can't put on a good front. Life purpose could also have something to do with whatever you feel purpose is to you. You know, take a load off Fanny. Take a load for free. Ice cream scoops. And one of those old school ice cream scoops, I think they're old school, where, you know, like where's my little thing-a-do? Where's my other little thing-a-do? It's like the ice cream scoop, right? Like, you know, just a regular ice cream scoop. And then the ice cream would go in here. But it had one of those things right here that when you press like this lever, it would like, that little thing would go and push the ice cream out. Pooper scooper. I feel like there's things in your ink blot here in your scroll that they don't want me to say. 9 of Engines coming through in the cave of rivers of feeling. I'm going to note this for someone somewhere, if it's just for one. Thank you for holding space for them to receive it. There could be a little bit of a savior complex going on. And that's putting a lot of pressure, not only on you, but on other people around you. So it's hard for anyone to have fun when they feel in debt or they owe. I also want to note that there might be a feeling here in regards to that devil that came through on the bottom of the scrolls and the bottleneck, that there might be some unresolved anger, grief, sorrow, resentments.
Francis.
Okay, so I'm just going to say that. I'm not saying there's a solution or that I in any way am indicating one, but I do see here a happy, but I don't know, maybe do you worry? In your feelings, Taurians, do you worry that the grass is greener on the other side of this pasture or isn't greener? Is there another pasture? Do you see what I'm saying? Like, I feel like I'm in a little bit of a spiral. Well, maybe that's just to me. Maybe for you, it's just, this is the graze. This is the graze, you know? You just kind of graze along with the ponderings and the thinkings. Cave of Earth, there's something about crocodile.
Play with me.
Equilibrium coming in the Cave of Earth. Card 35, the cypress tree. Or the cypress hill. When opportunity is greeted with enthusiasm, success increases naturally. Well, maybe that's a good question. How are you greeted with things, or how do you greet things? Is it who are you? Like, who are you? Or is it who are you? Who are you? What do you bring into the table? This is exciting. What do you bring into the lily pad party? What you bring into the lily pad party? Why can't I say what I see? It's all very, very strange in here. I am seeing, if I may say, bottoms of shoes, flip-flops. You might really want to think about how you can have a vacation. Doesn't mean, you got to spend the money or
What do I do?
whatevs. Slip on some slippers and just take it easy. I don't know. Taurians. Okay, what do we got here? Hold the light. MasterCard 33. There you go. Just relax and in this whole pasture of these wildflowers. You have outgrown your past. You are making your way across the threshold of initiation towards the new life awaiting you. Divine light has been accumulating in the inner planes, gathering readiness for beneficial release. Okay, so this makes sense now.
Married.
This threshold here, it's all gray and kind of gross. Not saying your past was gross or whatever you've outgrown is gross, but you're aware it's time to move on to a bigger house in some way, shape, or form, symbolically speaking. It's for your better well-being. Okay, so we're moving through here. And I said that you're right there. You're this light. You stand out from a crowd. Sorry. Divine light has been accumulating on the inner planes, gathering in readiness for beneficial release. A harmonic convergence of events and circumstances in your physical world will set the place for that light to pour forth and manifest as
Invisible.
grace. There is something truly bright and blessed that shall shine through you. Be patient and hopeful as you reach for that which uplifts your heart. Soon you shall be warmed by the emanation of greater light in your world. Yes. And the Savior receives. The provider is provided for. There's no... I keep seeing, I think it's called a ledger. A tit for tat. The checkbook and balances. And while, yes, it is, a part of adulting. But is that the right form for other kinds of relationships or resonances. There's maybe other ways to keep things in equilibrium, right? And I think Taurians, you've got this nailed. You have this nailed down. You've got this to an art form that you can make something look really, really easy. And sometimes when you make something look really, really easy, it might feel like it's a little bit taken for granted because not everyone's going to understand everything to the level you do. You're here to make it easier for them because otherwise there might be nobody for you to talk to, Taurians. Because the way you hold space in both light and dark can be intimidating. All right, Taurians. I hope this did serve, inspire, educate, or entertain. It has been my honor. And I will see you next month soon. And we'll do it again. So much love. Bye. Aries. Hello, hello. Come on in. Let's do it. Last but not least, but last is the first, and the first is the least. First and last, it's really the same. You know the drill. If you see, sense, or feel anything, please feel well to comment below, drop an emoji, give it a heart. Any interactions is appreciated. Oh, I'm seeing the Grateful Dead.
Scared.
Don't be scared. No one's gonna harm you. Not while I'm around. Yeah, the Grateful Dead. Is this a music thing? Or the bears, gummy bears? I'm also seeing, you know how there's the Headless Horseman, but a headless horse of the Headless Horseman? I feel like I can put on, kind of like Mr. and Mrs. Potato Head, I can plop on pieces of me as needed. Reconfigurations, maybe that's something that you're playing with. Different, it's like getting add-ons or different new pieces. Anyway, maybe their personality, maybe their attributes, maybe there's something you want to learn or try or do. Maybe there's also just archetypes of your energies, like work Aries, has a little bit of everything, but there's a prominent, Mr. Potato Head ears and a mustachio, but then that Mr. Potato Head comes home and then maybe you take off the big ears, you put on the small ears and you put on glasses, like Mr. Rogers coming into the show, taking off the coat, putting on the sweater, Grateful Dead. Chillax, maybe. Is it like a chillax? Or if it's kind of like a... Yeah, Pink Floyd just popped into Is There Anybody Out There? Okay. I'm going to keep on going. Aries. So what do we have here? The Divine Physician in the Cave of Ice. And this is kind of like that Mr. and Mrs. Potato Head, just as the example. I'm absolutely not calling you Mr. and Mrs. Potato Head, but putting pieces together, right? What's the best way to hear? Putting glasses on if you need help seeing. Putting a hearing aid in if you need help hearing. Maybe receiving help as well. Maybe you have been receiving help from not only maybe a physician or a therapist or physical therapy, movement, mental, all these different kind of things. They're everywhere. That seems that you're doing. Because I'm seeing a bunch of these teddy bears, like the Care Bears from the Grateful Dead and the Care Bears. Like, can I smash those two together? The Care Bears and the bears from the Grateful Dead. I feel like you're very grateful, but then I also feel like, Aries, if I may, there's a little part of me that feels dead inside. I don't know. Maybe a little part of me feels dead inside. Maybe I'm going through something. Maybe I've lost somebody and I'm just thinking about them right now. Yeah. Maybe I miss somebody. Yeah. Maybe I also miss a part of me. Like maybe I miss having those favorite hat that I would plug into that Mr. and Mrs. Potato Head. And I just missed having that hat. I'm not dwelling per se, and I'm not kind of, being melancholy about it, but I'm definitely having a moment of missing it and remembering all the good days I had with that hat or that sweater. Do you know what I'm saying? That's how it's making me feel. I'm also seeing a Davy Crockett hat, Davy Crockett, and somebody that I think they're like musically inclined, like a bust of like a playwright or a writer or somebody that we would historically know. That if like you saw a bust of them in, you know, Home Center Winners or something like that, like Beethoven or something like that, you would know who they are. In the Cave of Winds as Ace of Cups. You know, I read me some art first, so there you go. See, that's what makes me feel like I feel like I'm just emotionally missing someone or something. Piece of my, I don't know what it is. But if I may, it's like that is the hand of whatever to you divine is. I also feel like I either have really good discipline or not good discipline. I don't know, one or the other. Or maybe it goes like that. Maybe it is like one or the other. I feel yeah. I don't know. You know, it comes in waves. There's seasons of it. All right, Aries. Let's flip it. Oh, gooses. Ah, happy to see you. Oh my goodness. There's like a gaggle of geese. There's a gaggle of ducks and turtles.
Nice.
I feel like I'm at a pond, so there's definitely water. Somebody's doing like a fake arm wrestling match. I feel like one of the arms is being released. Like, I don't want to arm wrestle anymore. Like, it's fun, but it's not needed. Oh my goodness. Okay. In your Cave of Hearth Fires, we have here truth, talent, and forgiveness. Well, I wasn't expecting a trifecta, but we shall make room for such wonderfulness for the Aries collective. Inspiration is on the bottom.
Blacksmith.
Oh, okay. Da, 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 da. Am I hitchhiking? There's also bottles here. I'm not, it's like a shadow. It's a shadow bottle. I think it was Taurus. I'm so like altered, so I apologize if I'm making less sense than I normally do.
Ritual.
They had something about a bottle or a bottleneck or something along that lines. Something about the bagpipes. When I get into that bottle, though, it's almost like a certain kind of song. You know, as soon as I hear bagpipes, I cry. They could be humming the most cheerful tune, and I want to start to cry. It just speaks to that level where it's just like an emotional chemical release happens, and I just welcome it. Also, a hot water bottle. I feel like I'm self-soothing. I wear my shadow like a cape. I have a lot of different shoes as well. Like the other side was all, ooh. The other side was like all the heads. Now it's all the feet. All these different kinds of shoes. I think I have a fly in my window. There's a puppy. I'm seeing a puppy. Okay, so a dash hound or like a wiener dog. I don't know what a wiener dog is called other than a wiener dog. I feel like when I'm like taking this dog for a walk, I could talk or gather with other people about dog walking or something along that lines. Or just, it gets me hospitable. I don't know.
What year is it?
Okay. In the Cave of Rivers is the messenger of Leviathans and 3 of submersibles. Oh, see, I'm missing somebody. I am missing for... I also feel like I find out a truth about myself. I gotta come back up into this Hearth Fires here for a second. By searching or seeking and missing someone or something, And I have help and I get help, I feel like, and whatever that might mean. Because my season's coming up soon as an Arian guest. My season's coming up soon. So it's kind of like I want to get all my ducks gathered and in a row best I can to push off the energetic new year, right? And that means I want to look at myself and I want to acknowledge what my talents are, even subconsciously speaking, and pull myself up even out of my mind waters, and offer some sort of forgiveness and some sort of feeling. Ooga chaka, ooga, ooga, ooga chaka, ooga, ooga. I can't stop this feeling.
Hell.
And maybe I also gotta forgive myself or somebody else if I've been creating a hellscape or just going through hell. It's some sort of like intricate, like those puzzle boxes. Man, it's complicated. But like once you know the answer, you're like, now you just do this, 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 and it opens. But to get there, it's like, oy vey. Puppies make me happy here. Puppies make me happy. In your cave of earth, we have the baobab tree, resourcefulness, the tree of life. Your thirst for knowledge will be answered by mystic thoughts in your subconscious. And that's the subconscious to me up here in this talent card. And maybe you have a talent for subconscious speaking with the self. Also maybe doing some sort of work. Like I feel like I can find a happy place. I can dance freely. And you know what? As I stand here and like show this mirror, like I'm plopping myself in here. There's, sorry if it, there it goes. Yeah. Can we see her? And I'm holding the mirror. You would think that that reflection is for like me if I was standing. And maybe she's, holding the mirror up for me. But really, it's another me. It's not for anyone else. It's not for anyone else to see themselves in me. Or for me to see myself in them. And maybe that's part of the seeking. Or no longer sinking or seeing. I just miss somebody really, really great. Maybe if it's the inner child. Maybe you're working through inner child stuff. Great loss. Innocence. Gabby Goose, duck, 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 goose. Duck, 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 goose. Turtle Power, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Something about making a speech, giving a speech. Your Dream Warrior card before I let you go, Aries. If you want to take in the artistry. Card 30, Panthera, the precious and rare. Maybe you want to listen to some Pantera. You have the strength to handle any challenge, even the ones that intimidate you. Faith and optimism are not meant to induce complacency, but to encourage the realization of the positive and real effect of taking intentional action in the world. Developing and expressing your voice, energy, and light can make life easier for many beings, including you. Forgo belief in helplessness and despair as you work with all your heart for that which is truly precious. Do so with compassion, kindness, and mercy, but do not yield. You are ready for this moment and for all moments to come. Love it. So profound, Aries. There's a reason why your energy planet, your sign, your planet is the kickoff to the new year. Because you got to have guts and gusto to get the season ready. Say, coming in from the hibernation of the winter, but to to be the bud that comes out of the cold soil for the spring. You just got to have guts. But you also have a lot of glory. Thank you so much for being here. And I hope that you appreciate that glory. Take time to relish in the glory of just being you. I think that you help others more than you know. And I hope that you also receive from more than you know. But I think that you do. I think that you do. Animals are so smitten around you. At least that's the way I'm feeling. Or I feel very smitten around the animal kingdom. And I'm so, so grateful. All right, Aries. It's been a blast. Thank you so much for being the end, but really the beginning. Until next time, so much love.